Good morning, everyone. Okay, today is January 20th, the day of the inauguration, and I'm getting ready to make some gumbo. Unfortunately, I don't have any green peppers, so let me go over what I have. I have green onions, I got some celery, some regular onions, like I said, no green pepper, got some red pepper, smoked paprika, garlic, adobo, cayenne red pepper, and I've got this Creole seasoning, some salt, and some olive oil. Okay, over here I've got some hot Italian sausage that I'm going to put in the air fryer and let that cook. And I've got some chicken breasts, and I've got some deveined shrimp. Okay, so let's cut up this celery. Actually, let me put my pot on and put some oil in it. Put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the pot, let it heat up. And the first thing I'm going to do is saute my celery and my onion. This has already been washed, of course, and the chicken was washed and it's been seasoning. And I put some, this is all-purpose Caribbean seasoning. I put some of that on it. I put some adobo on the chicken as well as this Creole seasoning. So that's what it's been seasoning that. Okay. Actually, I can leave that till last. I'm not going to saute the green pepper. The green onions, I'm sorry. I'm going to put that in when it's just sauteing. So, this onion I'm going to chop up. And if you had your green pepper, you'd be putting your green pepper in now to saute, along with the onions and the celery, okay? So today is the day we're welcoming the 46th President to the United States, and I'm so happy that we're having a change. And I'm feeling very positive about it. And I think President Joe Biden will do a good job. I'm very happy today. And I'm going to be watching that the balance of the day. Okay, the onions chopped. Put this in the pot. I'll start sauteing and chop up my other onion. Oh, and I do have some frozen okra. Let me get that out. There's some frozen cut okra that I'm going to be putting in this also. Right now I've got one bag. Depending on how it looks, I might put another bag in. And I already have some cooked rice, which will be used to serve with it. Nothing like some gumbo on a cold day. It's like 45 degrees here today. It's cold for us in Florida. Okay, let's put this in. Okay, so this bit of onion I'm going to put in a bag. Always put in a zipped bag and store in the refrigerator. This for that. Okay, so I'm going to chop up my chicken because I'm going to be putting that in next. And my fire right now is on medium. This chicken was seasoned, I guess for about an hour prior to starting to prepare this dish. As you can see, I'm doing fairly small pieces. You know, we want enough to fit on a spoon. And you're going to have the shrimp and the sausage also. So I don't like getting big pieces of meat when I'm eating stew like this. But you know, you can do whatever to suit yourself. Okay, so let me give this a stir. Let this saute down because you don't want crunchy vegetables. This is the way to eliminate the crunch versus when you just put it in liquid. So when this sautés a bit more, we're going to put the chicken in. And in the meantime, I'm going to put the sausage in the air fryer and let that cook. Okay. So now that the onion is looking translucent, I'm going to put the chicken in. I'm going to let the chicken mainly brown because it's going to be cooking slowly, so it will get cooked. Smells so good. Okay, I think I'm going to cut up the green onion while I'm waiting for the sausage. I've got the sausage cooking in the air fryer for 10 minutes on 400. And those, if you don't have an air fryer, you can just cook it in a frying pan if you want, just until it's, you know, it's brown. I'm going to chop this up and I'll get back to you. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle a bit of Creole seasoning on the meat. Seasoning layers is what I call it, as well as some red pepper. Okay, stir that up a bit. Okay, so now I have 1/4 cup of flour. If you don't have flour, you could also use some cornstarch to thicken this up. So I'm going to stir this around to cook the flour a bit. And this is going to make your gravy. It's going to thicken this up. I know most people usually make a roux, but I'm all about doing things quick, and I'm not going to go through the trouble of making a roux. This is a quick way to make it. You just need a thickening agent for the gravy. Okay. Okay, let's cook in a bit. I forgot to get my can of crushed tomatoes, so let me go get that. Okay, so what I have here is fire roasted diced tomatoes, so I'm going to put this in now. And I'm going to put a can of water in here and put it in here. Just give it a stir. It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to let this cook for a bit, and then we're going to put our okras in. Okay, sausages have cooked, so I'm going to chop those up. it's pretty hot, or you can wait for it to cool if you want. But, you know, just pierce it and cut behind it. Then I'm going to cut them in half, so once again people get small pieces with each mouthful. Alright, I'll back to you when I've done with that. Okay, so I have the sausage chopped up. I'm now going to put the okra in. Let me see if I need another bag. Yeah, I think I'm going to get another bag of okra. Okay, so that's 2 bags. Let me stir it around a little bit. We're going to get a lot of fluid off of this okra too. Alright, so I'm going to put my sausage in. And the shrimp that I have, I'll put in last. And I also want to chop that up a little bit too when I put it in. Okay, so let me put some more seasoning in here. Put Creole seasoning. Very liberal amount. Some smoked paprika. Garlic powder. I feel like you can never have enough garlic powder. And some adobo. A little bit of cayenne pepper, just a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put another can of water in there. Actually, I think I'm going to put another cup of water, so that's a total of 3 we'll be putting in here. This is going to thicken up as it cooks because, of course, we have the flour in here. Okay, so I'm going to put the lid on this and put it on simmer. Let it cook for about 20 minutes and then come back to it. Okay, so let's stir the gumbo, see how it's looking. And it's nice and thick. Let me taste it. And it tastes pretty good. I haven't put any salt in it yet because there's salt in the Creole seasoning, plus the tomato sauce we put in there has a lot of salt in it. So I haven't put any salt in it yet. It doesn't taste like it needs it. So I'm cutting this shrimp. Each shrimp I'm cutting into 3 pieces. I'm getting ready to put that in there. Okay, so I just gave it a stir. I'm going to put my green onion in. And my shrimp, which I've cut up into 3 pieces each. Didn't put any seasoning on it. I'm just going to throw it in. Then give it a stir. Doesn't take shrimp long to cook, maybe about 2 minutes, and it will be cooked. Okay, let me taste it. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of salt in. See, not much for this big pot. You want salt to enhance the flavour. Try and get in the habit of not eating a lot of salt because it's not good for you. I also found some bay leaves and put 2 bay leaves in there. So that's giving it a bit of flavour too. Alright, so I'm going to let this simmer for about 5 minutes and then we'll serve. Put the lid on. Okay, here's our gumbo. Looks really good. Give it a close up. So I've heated up some white rice. And I'm just going to ladle the gumbo on top. It smells so good. Here we have it, and gumbo. Enjoy.